Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Move Daily Fitness. My name's Tracy, and for this beginner workout, we're gonna focus all on strength, and we're gonna do a no repeat workout. So this is great. This is fun if you're getting back into fitness, or you're new to fitness, you're new to weight training. Each exercise is just done once, so we're not gonna overload any one muscle specifically. All right, 40 seconds of work, 15 seconds to transition, each just once, and you're gonna require a variety of dumbbells for the workout today. Here are the ones I might suggest a beginner use, but of course, lift within your own abilities. We'll start you with a warm up and we'll end with a cool down as well. Okay, are you ready to move daily? You too, let's go. Okay, so you could put functional strength training on the watch. We're gonna start with a warm up here. We're gonna get some blood flow increased. All right, so just heel dig and push those hands forward here. High knee here. And butt kick with a punch. Very good. We're gonna go into just a torso twist with a high knee. Alternate sides. Last one here. And take it wide. Hand to toe tap. If you can't touch your toe, you're touching your knee or your shin. Good stretch on the hamstrings here. Keep your knees soft, don't lock them out. All right, I want you to just camp out on this side. Knee is soft again. We're just stretching through that hamstring a little bit. And over to the other side. Let's walk the feet in a little bit. All right, come to standing, gently push the hips forward and lean forward, alternating here. Last one here. And we'll reach across, tap that out. Reach overhead. Let's put one hand behind the head, one behind the back. Just draw your elbows back a little bit, stretching in the pecs, and switch. Switch. And one more here. Okay, finishing with our torso turn, draw your elbow across the body. Very nice. Okay, excellent. We're getting started. I didn't say bench or chair, but you do want to grab that for our first exercise, which is going to be a sit squat. Think of this shin being perpendicular to the floor. So wide stance, we're going to push through the heels, gently sit all the way back down, grab a weight if you want or without. Okay, starting with your sit squat, I'm going to hold a weight. Again, you don't have to. I'll just hold an 8-pound dumbbell. So you're tall. We're just gonna sit, don't plop, control your down and stand. Push through the heels and then reach the hips back and sit. You could squat as well, okay? If you don't have a chair, just hit some regular squats right here. Moving right into an upper body. I'll grab that other 10. We're gonna go into hammer curls right here. Okay, shoulders back. We're gonna curl, palms start facing the legs. Here we go. And you're all the way up and down. You don't want to swing at the bottom, okay? Just come to a dead stop, then hit that curl. And setting weights down, go into some high knees here. Okay, this is great for lower abs, but also quads. Again, we'll just do that little bit of a torso turn. This will kick the heart rate up a bit as well. Here we go, twist, twist, good.
Sky's beautiful and so are you. I wanna make it up to you, start something new.
And into shoulders. Okay, I'm gonna do a high pull to W. I'm gonna hold 5s. We'll hit the high pull here, and then right into that letter W there for rear delts, okay? Shoulders low and back. High pull here and W. Engage the core, so don't push the hips forward at all, especially on that part. Good. We're gonna just set those weights close, going into a fire hydrant. Okay, we're gonna do 20 seconds per leg. So you're coming up here to the side, then you'll stay down here afterwards. Here we go. So we're up. I'll call half and we'll switch sides. Keep your back nice and flat. You're doing well. A few more on this side. You should feel the tension on that stationary leg as well. Switch legs and up. We will be taking it to our backs here for some abs. If you're close to your bench or chair, you can put your feet up on there. We're gonna do a 90-degree crunch. So feet either here or elevated in the air, hands behind the head. And crunch right here, chest is up toward the ceiling. So support your lower back by resting your feet on a bench or chair or couch, or elevate them for more of a challenge. Okay, we're gonna go right into tricep extensions. I have my 5s handy, so I'll use those. On your back again. Okay, hips are up into glute bridge. You're coming back at the elbow, pressing to the ceiling. Hips up, and you're back and up. Very good. So the only joint moving here is the elbow joint. Don't let those shoulders migrate back either. And full range of motion, so all the way down, all the way up. Doing well, hips up a bit higher. And you'll stay down here for another ab coming next. Okay, set the weights down. You're gonna go into a turtle crunch. Head and shoulders come off the ground. You're going to tap to alternating foot here. You could put your hands behind your head and side to side crunch if you need to support your neck. All right, so we tap and tap. Try to get your shoulder blades off the ground. You could even just put one hand behind the head if you wish. Okay, or both, again, to support your neck. Don't pull up at the neck. You're just supporting here, right? Almost there. We'll take a little water break next as we move back up to standing, so get ready for that. Push, push. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, very nice. Good start, everyone. Grab some water, pause if you need a longer break. All right, and then just check out the screen. Those exercises are coming up next. I'm gonna grab very light weights, 1s, 2s, or 3s here. We're gonna do a tricep kick out. Okay, step, kick out, like that. Get ready, elbows out to the side, and we tap and tap. Good. So you definitely don't want those elbows to fall toward the sides. They're out, so you're keeping tension on your triceps. And into your sit squat press. So back to your chair. This time we're gonna hold weights on our shoulders. We're gonna stand and press, reach the hips back, slow, control down. Get ready, you're tall, and we stand and press, reach back, stand and press. Control your down. Good, sticking with the 3s, you're gonna do a bicep serve, in and out, just like this, so in and out bicep serve. You wanna go really light, you could do this without weights if you wish. Shoulders low and back, here we go, press it here and wide. That's it, narrow and wide. Little front shoulder, little bicep on this one. Now I've just got my 3s in. That, because you're fighting gravity, is a challenge. So again, feel free to eliminate the weight if you need. Let's go into a plie squat. No weights on this one. If you can't squat, come out to a side, wide high knee. Otherwise, we're here. We're gonna pulse at the bottom, stand and squeeze the glutes. Here we go. So low and pulse, up and squeeze, low and pulse, up and squeeze. Now, if you haven't done this in a while, don't go super low, maybe just a little ways, okay? We're starting to lengthen in through those inner thigh muscles. And if you haven't done it in a while, you don't want to overdo it. You want to be able to show up again tomorrow. That's always the goal. But if you've done it, join me here. 10 more seconds. Okay, we're going into a one-arm row. You can use a bench, a chair, anything to prop yourself up on. Okay, I think I'll stay right here. I'm gonna hold a 12 pound. You're gonna do a full 40 per arm. Here we go. So you row. We're just driving that elbow up toward the ceiling and pulling the dumbbell somewhere between the chest and the hip. So stay on this side and think of retracting the shoulder blade at the top. Switching arms. And again, anything where you can hinge over, okay? This is a nice support, but you could use your leg here. Neutral neck and row right here. Retract the shoulder blade. I had to start the lawnmower the other day and it wouldn't start. This reminds me of the action I had to do about 100 times. A good note is to check the gas before you attempt that. Okay, you're going back into a bicep curl. This time palms face the ceiling. I'm gonna use 8 pounds, shoulders back. And again, wide and narrow bicep curl. So we're narrow and then out to the side. That's it. Keep your elbows close to your body. Going into a single overhead tricep extension. I'm gonna sit for this, but you could stand, and I'll hold an 8, but you could do 3, 5, 8, a full 40 per side. You're tall, we're coming behind the head. Here we go, and you're slow, and press, good. One nice control here. We're lengthening all the way through that tricep muscle and then contracting as we press toward the top. Stay with me on this arm. Okay, excellent. Shake that arm out. Switching sides, again, standing is fine on this one. You wanna make sure that you're nice and tall though. Dumbbells up, sticking with my 8, and back behind. One more here, and going into a standing abs. Okay. We're gonna do a crossover crunch and then a kick. So crunch and kick, I'll call half, then we'll switch. Cross and kick. If you can't kick high, you're just gonna kick low right here and kick. Okay, cross. Stay with me on this leg. Cross. It's a nice oblique crunch, hitting those lower abs as we have to lift the leg up. All right, switch legs, cross and kick. Okay, before our next water break, let's go into our single double Arnold press. I'll hold 5s. So you're starting here. We're gonna single, other side single, and then both together. Shoulders back, here we go. So we single and other arm, press, now both, and up, good. So you're not resting at the bottom. You see my arm is hovering. All right, you wanna hold that hover, and I'm pressing slightly in front of that lateral plane, which is totally fine. Okay, arms don't have to be directly out to the side on the overhead press part. Together, doing well. Okay, good. You've earned a water break, so grab a quick sip, take a look at the screen. We're gonna start down on the ground, so grab the weights that you need, join me back down on the ground. Let's start with that glute thrust. So I have a 15-pound dumbbell here. I'm gonna put it on my pelvis. This can be done without weight, of course. Bring the feet close to the bottom. Have a good handle on your dumbbell. Here we go. We're gonna pulse at the top, so up and pulse, and down, up and pulse, and down. Have a good handle. You don't want that dumbbell to roll. Squeeze the glutes at the top.
Then we make up, act like we're gonna be friends. Blaze the fire, take me higher. Leave it all over again, all over again. Leave it all over again, all over again. Leave it all over again.
Okay, I'm gonna set the dumbbell down. We're gonna go into a flutter kick for abs, hands under the bottom to support. Bent knees right here, and a tap can modify if you need. Otherwise, big flutter right here. Push the small of your back into the ground.
Leave it all over again, all over again. Leave it all over again,
You can do a little flutter as well. You don't have to do something as grand as I'm doing here. Okay, shallow ones aren't as difficult. Five seconds. Stay down here for chest press coming next. Okay, I've got my 12s here. So on your back, over the chest, we're gonna press. Okay, right there, we're gonna start wide. We're gonna turn and face at the top. Here we go, and we press and turn, back down to wide. Press and turn. I want you to think of squeezing your chest at the top. When you twist, flex the pecs. It's a little easier to do that when the palms are facing each other. So I just want you to get that mental connection that your brain, your mind is in your chest muscles. That's what you're thinking about, not your grocery list, not what the dog's doing. We're thinking about our chest pushing and flexing at the top. Very nice. Okay, let's set that down. And we're gonna go again into triceps. I've got my 8s, and we're gonna go into our Tate press. Palms face away. We're coming down to the chest with wide elbows, pressing to the ceiling. So you're slow and press. Good. Elbows are wide. We're right over the chest. Now, don't bounce the dumbbells off your chest, okay? Just come down to that hover position and press. We'll stay down here for one more ab before standing. And we're gonna go into the shovel. Okay, up on your elbows. We're gonna single leg scoop, scoop. You could double leg together if you want something more challenging. Otherwise, singles, here we go. And we scoop and scoop. I want you to try and go as low to the ground as you can. Doing well. We're gonna move to standing in about 5 seconds, so if you need more time to get up there, you can go now. All right, coming to standing. We're gonna go into a static lunge. If you can't lunge, go back to your high knee. Okay, just make sure there's no weights in your way. I'll call half, little pelvic tilt, straight up and down. So we're down and press, good. We're not gonna do too many here, so stay with me. I know these are not ideal for everyone, which is why I gave you the modification, but this is a good functional exercise. One more here. All right, switch and drop. And moving again to another functional exercise, I'm gonna hold my 5-pound dumbbell straight in the air. We're gonna do a high knee. Keep the stance pretty narrow, okay? Make sure there's no dumbbells in your way. I'll call half, and you're up. Working on some balance, a little shoulder and abs here. It's a good one. All right, you're gonna bring this arm just to half now, right there. We'll repeat the same thing on the other side in a moment here. Good balance practice. Okay, other side. If you need a bit of a wider base of support and lifting your legs where it's wider, feel free. But if you can bring them close, that's gonna really enable you to activate those core muscles and practice balance. And you're up. Hand can be out to the side for a counterbalance if you like. We do this exercise. We practice the progressions here in our motion mastery program. Bring the arm to half. Andrew has us doing a whole bunch of different balance protocols. Super helpful as we age to maintain that. We've got one more exercise. We're gonna do the King Kong. It's a squat curl press. But if you don't want to squat, I've got my 5-pound dumbbells. You can just curl and press. Okay, without the squat, shoulders back. Or join me, squat, curl, press right there. Good. And push. Keep your back tall. Last 10 seconds, everyone. Stay in the pocket. Let's go. Press. Good. 3, 2, 1 and done. You've moved daily in your no repeat strength workout. Well done, everyone. Thanks for joining. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the workout. Don't forget to be subscribed and join for a stretch if you can. Nice work, everyone. Let's take a stretch down to the ground here. We're gonna start with our legs nice and tall, knees soft and hinging forward at the waist right here. That's it, stretch that out a bit. Okay, how was that workout for you? Was it relatively easy? Was it challenging? I think, it's always hard to know what level people are at, and people will often ask me, switch sides. Should I do beginner? Should I do advanced? There's a big jump in my programming from beginner to advanced, but something that you can do is, in my mind, this would be quite the beginner workout, right? Because we're not overloading the muscle specifically. We're hitting no repeat. So it's a lot of variety, like I said at the beginning, which doesn't make you as sore, right? Sit cross-legged, reach overhead here, roll that wrist. Now, what you could do to begin to segue as you feel yourself getting stronger is lift heavier than I recommend initially, right? So pick some of the strength workouts in the beginner stream, maybe that have 2 sets or even 3 sets as opposed to a no repeat. That will build up endurance in your muscles, but also in your heart, because once we get into the advanced, bring your arm across, stretching shoulder here. Once we get into the advanced, we're often doing 3 sets, 4 sets, 5 sets sometimes with some of the training, because once you get really fit and you want to continue to build muscle, eventually the amount that you lift, you'll plateau. Your muscles will get used to it and they'll just plateau. Let's stretch through the back here. And for a lot of people, that's all they want. They just want to move their body a little bit and do that. But for others who want to build muscle, especially as we age, we have to provide a greater stimulus. Hands behind on the floor and stretch that chest out. So that will require more reps, more sets, heavier weights, more consistency, longer duration, more time at the task, more workouts, right? So when you're first starting, the goal is to be able to show up again tomorrow. When you're a seasoned lifter, let's go into a glute stretch, grab the knee, cross. When you're a seasoned lifter, you might want to actually work on specific parts of your body, and that's where hitting it more frequently and more sets or heavier weights can really come in handy. Switch sides here. So that's the coaching for today. This is good if you're getting back in it. If you want something maybe for active rest, I know a lot of our advanced movers use these on Sundays just to move their body, lift a bit heavier, just to have something to do. And that's okay too. All right, big stretch up and exhale, hinge forward at the waist. If you have it available to you, grab those shoes and draw them toward you, stretch the calves a bit. Thanks for moving daily with me though. If you need more structure in your workouts and you're like, oh, what should I do again tomorrow? I don't know. Join our membership. The women get weekly workout programs in beginner, advanced strength, and advanced fat loss. So click or tap there for more information. All right, everyone, see you in the next workout.